I found her in the wreckage. The ship was gone. Flames rose into the dark sky, and thick smoke made it hard to breathe. Pieces of metal were everywhere. Sergeant Alex Cole stood still, his body aching, his ears ringing from the crash. His armor was broken, one leg hurt badly, but he was alive. Somehow, he had survived when the others did not. He looked around, no signs of life, no voices, just the sound of crackling fire and distant howls. Alex reached for his sidearm and limped away from the crash site. He had to move. There was no help coming. The distress signal was weak. Maybe no one heard it. And this planet, this wasn't on any map he knew. He entered the trees. The jungle was quiet but strange. The air smelled of wet earth and something wild. Leaves glowed with faint blue light. Strange birds flew above. It felt like the forest was watching him. After walking for hours, he found a small stream and took a drink. As he rested, he heard a sound, a low growl, not close, but not far either. He grabbed his weapon and stood still. The growl came again, deeper this time. Then silence. He followed the sound, slowly, carefully, behind a fallen tree. Hidden in shadows, he saw her. At first, he thought it was a large animal. But then he looked closer. It was a woman, or something like a woman. She had silver skin, with faint patterns like fur. Her hair was long, white, tangled, her ears pointed, and sharp teeth showed as she breathed. One arm was cut badly and blood dark purple covered her side. She was half unconscious, shaking. Alex didn't know what she was. Alien. Yes, dangerous, maybe, but she was hurt. She needed help. He stepped closer, slowly. She opened her eyes, golden, glowing. She growled, "I'm not your enemy," Alex said calmly. "I'm not here to hurt you." She didn't understand the words, but she didn't attack. Her eyes narrowed, her body trembled. He crouched down and reached into his pack, a med spray. It wasn't perfect, but it could stop bleeding. She tried to pull away, weakly. "I can help," he said softly. He sprayed the wound. She flinched, growled again, but didn't stop him. Her breathing slowed. Alex sat back. "You're lucky I found you." Suddenly, she moved fast. Her hand grabbed his arm, strong, even wounded. Her claws pressed against his skin, not cutting, but warning. Her eyes locked on his. Then she spoke, not with her mouth, but inside his head. "Why?" Alex froze. The voice echoed in his mind, soft but deep, female, angry, confused. "Why what?" He replied, unsure if she could hear. "Why? Save me." "You are not Pack." "Pack?" What did she mean? Alex didn't answer. He just stared back. Then her grip loosened, her eyes closed. She whispered one last word into his mind before she passed out. "Mate." She fell against him, unconscious. Alex held her gently. Her body was warm, too warm. He looked up. The jungle around him had changed. The sounds were different, closer, hunting. He had no idea what she was, but something was coming for her. And now, maybe for him to. As he lifted her in his arms, he felt something strange. Her claws, still glowing, had left a mark on his skin. She woke up and called me. Matelex built a shelter deep in the jungle, far from the crash site. It wasn't much, just branches, vines, and parts of his broken escape pod, but it was safe enough. For now, the alien girl he still didn't know her name was asleep, breathing slowly. He wrapped her wound with clean cloth and used the last of his med spray. Her blood shimmered under the moonlight, not red, not blue, something in between. 3 nights passed. She didn't wake. Alex thought about leaving her. Maybe she was too dangerous. Maybe she was a trap, but something about her haunted him. Not just her voice in his head, or her strange strength, something deeper. Like he was connected to her already. On the 4th night, it rained. The jungle went quiet again. No birds, no wind, just the sound of water falling. Then her eyes opened, gold, glowing brighter than before. She sat up slowly. Like her body remembered pain, but her mind had forgotten. Her eyes locked on him. No confusion, no fear. Only hunger. Not for food, but for answers. Alex raised his hands. "It's okay. You were hurt. I helped you." She stood up. Her movement was too smooth, too graceful for someone who'd been unconscious for days. She sniffed the air like an animal. Then she stepped closer, very close. Alex didn't move. She tilted her head. "You are human," she said. Her voice was low, rough, like she hadn't spoken for years. "You are male." Alex blinked. "Yeah, I'm Alex. I crashed here." "You were." Before he could finish, she reached forward and touched the glowing mark on his arm left by her claws. "When she first passed out, you bear my scent," she said. "You are marked." "Marked?" he asked, pulling his arm back. "What does that mean?" She leaned in, her eyes serious. "You saved me. Now you are mine." Alex stepped back. "Wait, what?" She didn't laugh. She didn't smile. Her face was still and fierce. "You are my bedmate now," she said. "By blood, by bond." Alex stared at her, confused. "Bedmate? What are you talking about? In my kind, when one saves another from death, the bond is formed," she said. "We become one, life-bound." Flesh to flesh, blood to blood, Alex's heart started to race. That's a lot. I didn't sign up for that. She stepped even closer. You did, human, when you chose not to run. Just then, a deep howl echoed through the jungle. Not animal, not machine, something in between. Her head snapped toward the trees. They found us, she growled. Alex grabbed his sidearm. Who? What? Found us, she bared her teeth. Hunters, stubborn kind. They took my pack. They broke the moons. Now they come for me. Another howl, closer this time. Alex glanced around. We have to move. She nodded. They smell your blood now. It carries my bond. Great, Alex muttered. So I'm a walking target. She knelt to the ground and dug her claws into the dirt. Her eyes turned silver, her voice deeper. If you die, I die. If I die, you will be hunted. This is what you chose. I didn't choose anything, he said. Raising his voice, she looked at him. For the first time, there was something soft in her eyes, not fear, not pain, but something close to sorrow. My name is Laika, she said, last of the Moondark. And now, I am not alone. Suddenly, branches snapped nearby. A figure appeared through the fog, tall, armored, carrying a long rifle. Laika shoved Alex behind her. Stay down, she whispered. The figure moved closer. Its face was hidden behind a black helmet. Strange symbols glowed on its chest plate. Target located, it said in a cold, mechanical voice. Mark confirmed. Eliminate and extract. It raised its weapon. Alex fired first, one clean shot to the chest. The blast knocked the figure back, but it didn't fall. The armor absorbed it. Like a roared. Her body shifted, bones cracking, first spreading across her arms, her face changing. She wasn't fully human, and now, she wasn't hiding it. In seconds, she became something else. Part wolf, part woman, all fury. She leapt at the soldier, claws flashing, fangs bared. The jungle exploded into chaos. 10 minutes later, the body lay broken. The helmet split open inside. Not a human, something else. Pale skin, wires instead of veins. An alien hybrid. Laika stood over it, breathing heavy. Blood covered her fur. Alex walked toward her, stunned. You're not just alien, you're something more. She looked at him. Her voice returned to normal. We were made for war, she said, but I am done running. If you are my mate, then you fight with me, or die beside me. Alex didn't answer right away. He looked at the body, at the dark sky, at the glowing mark on his arm. His world had changed, and there was no going back. Lyka turned her head to the stars. They won't stop, more will come. And next time, they won't miss. Hunters from the stars. Night didn't end, even after the fight. Even after the strange soldier's body lay broken and still. The sky above remained dark and restless. Twin moons hid behind thick clouds, and the jungle whispered secrets. Alex couldn't understand. He stared at the shattered helmet of the attacker. What he saw inside haunted him. Pale skin, black veins, and mechanical eyes that were still glowing even after death. It wasn't a man. It wasn't fully alive either. Who are they? Alex asked. Laika crouched near the body, sniffing the air. Her ears twitched. Her golden eyes glowed dim under the moonlight. They are not born, she said quietly. They are built, grown in dark ships, fed lies, programmed to hunt my kind. She stood up, wiping blood from her claws. They are called the Hollow Pack. They look like us, they even smell like us, but inside, they are dead. Machines pretending to be flesh. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. So why do they want you? They don't want me alive, she said. They want my blood. My DNA holds memories, history, power from the moons. She turned to face him. And now, they will come for you, too. Because you carry my bond, you carry the scent. Alex looked down at the glowing mark on his arm. It pulsed gently under his skin, like a slow heartbeat. What happens if they get me? Laika's voice became cold. They'll rip you open to find me. Alex cursed under his breath. Fantastic. She didn't laugh. She never laughed. They moved at dawn. No fire, no sound, only movement through the thick jungle. Laika was faster now, stronger. Her body seemed to grow more powerful every hour, as if her blood was awakening. Alex followed as best he could, but the jungle wasn't kind to humans. Thorns tore his skin, insects bit. The humidity made it hard to breathe. But worse than the jungle was the feeling that they were being watched. Stop, Laika whispered. Alex froze. She sniffed the air, then she pointed up. A small drone, almost invisible, floated between the trees. Silent, watching. Before Alex could react, Laika threw a stone. The drone sparked and crashed. They're getting closer, she said. They know you're with me. They'll use that. How do we fight them? He asked. We don't, she replied. Not yet. First, we run. There's a place I must take you, a ruin, deep in the forest. Old moonstone there. It can hide our scent. They ran again. Hours passed. The trees grew stranger. Some had metal roots, as if the forest had once eaten machines. Vines wrapped around broken towers buried in the ground. This place had been a city once long ago. Finally, they reached it. A stone arch stood between two massive trees. Symbols glowed faintly on the surface, ancient language. Laika touched the stone and whispered words Alex didn't understand. The air shimmered, she pulled him through. Inside, the world changed. No more noise, no wind, no insects. Just silence. The ruin was circular, made of smooth black stone. In the center stood a strange altar, and floating above it was a crystal blue, spinning slowly, filled with tiny stars. What is this place? Alex asked. This is where my kind came to remember, Laika said, and to choose mates. Alex blinked. Wait, this is a romantic place for you. She didn't answer. Instead, she walked to the altar and placed her palm on it. The crystal glowed. Suddenly, images filled the room, holograms of tall silver-skinned beings, running through forests, dancing under twin moons, fighting battles in the stars. Alex stared in awe. These are your ancestors? Laika nodded. We were proud once. Free. Then the holopack came. They took our stars, killed our leaders, hunted the bonded ones first. She looked at Alex, her eyes sad. You don't know what it means to be chosen. He stepped closer. Then tell me. She hesitated, then spoke softly. When we bond, it is not just blood. We share thoughts, pain, instinct. We dream the same dreams. We feel the same fear. That mark on your arm, it links to my heart. Alex felt his chest tighten. I didn't mean to take that from you, he said. You didn't take it, she replied. You earned it. But peace didn't last. A loud boom shook the ground. Laika gasped. No, they found us. The air outside the temple shimmered, stealth fields breaking. At least a dozen figures appeared. Black armored hollow soldiers with glowing rifles and metal claws. One of them stepped forward, larger than the others. Its voice deeper. A commander, Alpha detected, it said. Engage the mate bond, sever protocol. Alex turned to Laika. What's that mean? She looked pale. They have a device. It severs the life bond. If they use it on me, I will forget you. My power will break, and you will burn. The commander raised its hand. A sharp, high-pitched sound filled the air. The crystal above the altar cracked. Alex screamed as pain shot through his body. Laika fell to her knees. The bond was being torn. As the temple crumbled around them and the air screamed with pain, Alex reached out, grabbed Laika's hand and whispered, if you die, I die with you, asterisk. Moonblood and Memoria's temple collapsed. Stone shattered. The sky ripped open with light. The hollow commander's device had done its job. The bond between Laika and Alex was breaking. Alex could feel it, not just in his head, but deep in his bones. It felt like his blood was turning to fire, like his skin was being pulled away from his soul. Laika screamed beside him, her claws dug into the floor, her eyes losing their glow. The mark on Alex's arm flickered like a dying ember. No. He gasped, stay with me. The holopack soldiers closed in, slow and silent. Their weapons glowed cold blue. The commander raised the severance device again. Then, the crystal above the altar cracked fully and exploded. A shockwave burst from the center of the ruin, but instead of killing, it revealed. Time paused. Reality bent. Suddenly, the temple wasn't just stone and shadow anymore. Alex was standing somewhere else, somewhere ancient. He was in a dream, but it felt real. Twin moons hung overhead. A silver forest danced in the wind. Strange howls echoed in the air, not of pain, but of joy. A family of power. In front of him stood a younger version of Laika, not wounded, not afraid. Dressed in ceremonial armor, her fur glowing under the moons, she stood beside a large throne carved into a tree. An old werewolf-like figure sat on it. Eyes closed, breathing heavy. Laika stepped forward in the vision. Her voice was calm but proud. Father, I accept the moonblood. I will lead the Moondark. The old one opened his eyes. You are young, still full of mercy. Laika nodded. Mercy is not weakness. The scene blurred. Another flash, this time a battlefield. Laika stood over bodies of her people. The hollow pack had already begun their attack. Blood, fire, screams. A voice whispered behind Alex. This is what she carries. Her past, her pain, her power, and now, it lives in you. Alex turned. A ghostly version of Laika stood there, not as she looked now, but older, wiser. A queen, why are you showing me this? Alex asked. Because the bond chose you, she said. And now you must choose. To choose what? To keep running, or to become one with me, to take the moonblood. In the real world, Alex's body fell back onto the stone floor. The severance device had done damage, but not enough. The hollow pack commander shouted something in a language neither he nor Laika understood, but it was too late. Alex's mark suddenly burst into flame, not real fire, but glowing lunar energy. The bond refused to break. Laika's body jerked upward and she screamed, not in pain this time, but in transformation. Her wounds closed, her hair flowed with silver light, her claws grew longer, sharper, pulsing with power. The moonblood had awakened, and through the bond, a part of it now lived in Alex. He stood up, blood dripping from his nose, but eyes burning with new light. I don't know what I just became, he said, But if you want her, you'll have to kill me first. The hollow pack rushed forward. Laika howled, a deep, thunderous cry that made the jungle tremble, and then the two of them, bonded, half transformed, wild and furious, charged into the enemy. The battle was not clean. Laika tore through 3 soldiers in seconds. Her movements now faster than sight, she didn't fight like a beast. She fought like a trained warrior queen. Alex covered her back, firing with perfect aim. But something strange was happening. He could feel her thoughts during the fight. He knew when she would jump, when she would dodge. He moved with her like they were dancing. For the first time, Alex realized he wasn't just protecting her, he was fighting as part of her. But then, the commander grabbed him, its claws wrapped around his throat and lifted him off the ground. You carry stolen power, it said, voice crackling. You are not worthy. It raised its other arm, forming a blade from its own metal bones. Alex gasped. He couldn't breathe. Across the battlefield, Laika turned, but too late. The blade swung, but Alex didn't scream. Instead, his own claws burst from his fingers. With a roar, he stabbed the commander in the neck and dropped to the ground. He landed, coughing, his hands trembling. Blood covered his arms, and the claws were still there. Laika ran to him. You've changed, she said. Breathless, you've taken the moon blood. I didn't try to, he replied. It just happened. She touched his face gently. Then you're more than human now. You're bonded fully. They fled the temple before more soldiers arrived. They didn't speak much. The jungle grew colder. The moons rose higher. Later that night, by a small fire under giant roots, Laika finally broke the silence. My people, we never bonded with outsiders before. The moon blood rejects those not worthy. Alex looked down at his glowing arm. And yet it chose me, she nodded. Or maybe you chose it. He looked at her. What now? Laika looked up at the sky. Now we stop running. Now we go to the Moondark crater, the heart of my fallen world, where the hollow pack was born. If we destroy their source, we destroy them all. Alex took a deep breath. And what happens to us? Laika met his eyes. We either burn or rise. Deep in the stars above, on a cold metal ship. A new voice echoed. Subject Laika has fused with human. Begin phase 2. Activate the Hollow Queen. Asterisk. The betrayal in the Kavith cave was hidden beneath the roots of a mountain-sized tree, deep inside a dead forest where no light reached the ground. This place wasn't marked on any map. Not even in Laika's memory, but Alex found it, or maybe it called to him. Ever since the moon blood took root inside him, he started feeling things, pulses under the earth, echoes in his dreams, a strange gravity pulling him forward. They needed shelter, a place to rest, to plan their attack on the Hollow Pack's origin site, the Moondark crater. But what they found in the cave wasn't rest. It was a man, a human. Holy hell, Alex whispered, lowering his weapon. You're alive. The man stood slowly, weak but alert. His armor was scorched, but the Earth Federation badge still showed on his shoulder. His beard had grown out. His eyes were sharp with survival. Sergeant Davis, the man said, coughing. Navy intelligence. You're Alex Cole, right? Alex nodded, stunned. You're from the Vanguard? I thought everyone died in the crash. Almost everyone did, Davis said. I've been surviving on scraps and silence. Then his eyes landed on Laika. They narrowed. What the hell is that? Alex stepped forward. She's not a that. Her name is Laika. She saved my life more than once. Davis gave a fake smile, right? Sure she did. Laika didn't move. Her golden eyes studied him the way a wolf studies another predator, calm, unblinking, ready. Alex sensed the tension. She's not the enemy, Davis shrugged. If you say so, soldier, but he didn't believe it, not for a second. Later, they sat around a fire. Davis told his story, how he escaped the crash, fought off a few Hollow Scouts, and found this cave with ancient tech embedded in the stone walls. He'd been hiding, waiting for a rescue signal that never came. Alex explained the bond. The Moonblood, the Hollow Pack. Davis didn't interrupt, but he kept glancing at Laika like she was a bomb waiting to explode. She bonded you? Davis asked. You sure that wasn't mind control? Alex narrowed his eyes. I chose her, she chose me. And those claws you got now, Davis pointed, that happened by choice, too? Alex looked at his hand. The claws had receded, but the power still pulsed under his skin. Davis leaned back. I've seen symbiotic warfare before. Aliens that link to human hosts. They say it's love, but it always ends with a corpse. Laika finally spoke. If I wanted him dead, you would be the corpse now. Davis tensed. So did Alex that night. As Alex and Laika rested in a separate part of the cave, she whispered, I do not trust him. Alex nodded. Me neither, but if he's telling the truth, he might have comms equipment we can use. Laika looked away. His words carry poison. He looks at you the way a hunter watches prey taken by another. Alex frowned. You think he's jealous? She didn't answer, but the silence said enough. They lay down, not touching, but not far. Before sleep took them, Laika said, you must be careful, Alex. The deeper this bond grows, The more others will try to break it. Hours passed, then it happened. Alex woke up choking. Smoke filled the cave, a burning smell, not fire-gas. He reached for Laika. But she was already unconscious beside him, her body limp. Footsteps. Davis. Wearing a gas mask. I'm sorry, Cole, he said through the filter. But this was never about saving her. This is about survival. Alex coughed hard. What did you do? Davis looked at Laika. She's too dangerous. That thing inside her, the moonblood? Command would kill to get a sample. He held up a small device, a containment dart launcher. It was humming with blue light. Alex tried to stand, but he couldn't move. I've already sent a signal, Davis continued. Reinforcements will arrive in 20 minutes. I hand her over, and maybe they'll take you back as a specimen, too. He pointed the dart at Laika's chest. I really did like you, Cole, Davis said. But you chose the wrong side. He fired, but the dart never hit. Laika's eyes snapped open mid-air. She moved like lightning. Even half paralyzed, her instincts fired faster than the weapon. She caught the dart with her claws. Then she howled, a sound that shook the cave and cracked stone. Her body shifted again, not just into her werewolf form, but something more ancient. Larger, her fur shone like moonlight, her claws like blades. She wasn't Laika anymore. She was Moondark Alpha. Davis backed up. No, too late. She lunged. The fight was brutal. Davis fired, missed, ran, screamed. Alex crawled to the wall, coughing, heart racing. He couldn't stop her. He wasn't sure he wanted to. She pinned Davis against the rock. His gas mask fell off. He was crying. Please, I was just following orders. Laika leaned in close. There is no mercy in betrayal, and with one swift motion silence. Later, Alex sat at the edge of the cave, breathing the cold night air. The poison was fading from his lungs. Laika sat beside him, quieter than usual. You didn't stop me, she said. He shook his head. I didn't want to. They sat for a long time. Then Laika whispered, do you still trust me? Alex turned to her. No, he said honestly, I trust us. Deep beneath the ground, unseen by them both, the gas Davis had released triggered something buried in the stone. A sleeping machine opened one red eye and sent a signal straight to the Hollow Queen. Bondbreaker divisive forest was dying. What once was filled with glowing leaves, wild animals, and strange lights had now become cold and gray. The sky above was dark, no wind, no birds. Just silence. Laika stopped walking. Alex almost ran into her. We're here, she said. In front of them, rising out of the dead earth, was a structure that looked part machine, part mountain. It had no doors, no windows. Its surface was smooth, black stone with faint red veins glowing inside it, like it was alive. The Bondbreaker is inside that? Alex asked. Laika nodded. Yes, this is one of their first birthing vaults. They grew their hollow soldiers here, but now it is their tool of final control. Alex looked at his arm. The mark from Laika's claws still pulsed slowly, reminding him what was at stake. If they activate that machine, she said softly, our bond will break. You will become empty, I will become nothing. He turned to her. Then we destroy it, together. She didn't smile, but her eyes warmed slightly. Yes, together. Inside the vault, getting in wasn't hard. The Hollow Pack didn't expect anyone to come back to the place they abandoned long ago. But the machine inside still worked, not by electricity, but by memory, by blood. Dark hallways stretched for miles. Metal vines crept along the walls, strange symbols glowed, pulsing. When they walked past, Alex's head started to ache. He touched his temple. Something's wrong. I hear voices. Laika looked worried. The vault speaks to bonded minds. It's trying to trick you, to weaken your bond. He shook it off. I'm okay, let's keep moving. But he wasn't okay, because the voices weren't just whispers. They were his own thoughts, twisted. She's using you, this isn't real. You were stronger before her. He stopped walking. Laika turned. Alex, he blinked, then nodded. I'm fine. He wasn't, but he kept going. Finally, they reached the core room. At the center stood a machine taller than any building Alex had seen. It looked like a throne, but for a god, it hummed with ancient power. A red crystal hovered in the middle, spinning slowly. Black tendrils came out of it and ran through the floor like roots. Laika's eyes narrowed. That is the Bondbreaker. Alex stepped forward. It doesn't look like much. Laika shook her head. It's not built to kill, it's built to unmake. It separates what is bonded. It pulls apart soul from soul. Alex swallowed hard. Suddenly, a mechanical voice echoed through the room. Bonded pair detected. From the shadows, tall figures emerged, hollow elites, stronger than the others, faster, smarter. The one in the lead had no helmet. Its face looked human, but twisted, as if it forgot how to be alive. You shouldn't have come, it said. Laika growled. We came to end this. The elite raised its arm. The Bondbreaker crystal started glowing faster. Alex screamed. His chest burned. So did Laika. Their bond was being attacked. I can't move, Alex gasped. Like a drop to one knee, her claws scraping the floor, the elite smiled, let it go. You were never meant to be one, human and beast, you are not equal. You are not worthy. Alex fell, barely able to breathe. But something inside him refused to give in. Memories flashed, Laika's golden eyes the first night they met. The moment they ran through fire together, her whisper in the temple, I am not alone now. The night he said, I trust us, he opened his eyes, full of pain, and fire. No, he said. We are more than worthy. Suddenly, his mark flared with blue light. The bond fought back. It wasn't just emotion anymore, it was weapon. Laika stood, roaring, her eyes now glowing white. Alex stood beside her, claws drawn, blood burning with moonfire. Together, they attacked. The hollow elites were fast, but Alex and Laika were faster now. They didn't need words, they moved like two pieces of the same soul. When one jumped, the other struck. When one was hit, the other bled. The room shook with fury. One by one, the hollow elites fell. At the end, the bondbreaker pulsed violently, sensing its own end, like a step toward it. Alex stopped her. No, he said, if this thing breaks. Bonds, maybe only I should touch it. You have too much inside you. If it reacts badly, Laika looked at him. If you die, I die too. Alex shook his head. If we don't do this, they'll take everything. He reached out. The moment his hand touched the crystal, a surge of energy rushed through his body. His memories were torn open, not just his own, Laika's too. He saw her childhood, her training, her first love, her first kill, the day her pack died. And she saw his the loneliness, the fear, the weight of command. For a moment, their minds merged fully. Then boom. The bondbreaker shattered. Alex flew back, smoke, sparks. Silence. He opened his eyes slowly. Laika knelt beside him, holding his face. You did it, she said softly. He coughed. Did we lose the bond? She smiled, just barely. No, you made it stronger, but far above. In the orbit of the dead moon, a ship blinked to life. Inside a cold chamber, a female figure opened her eyes. Half wolf, half machine. She smiled. I am the Hollow Queen, she whispered. And now, I want my sister back. Our moon, our blood. Night sky burned. Flames streaked through the atmosphere as a massive ship descended, silent as a shadow. It was unlike anything Alex had seen, black as space, shaped like a fang, with red lights crawling across its skin like veins. Alex stood at the edge of the ancient crater with Laika beside him. Below, the moondark crater opened wide like the mouth of a buried god. This was where her people had once been born. This was also where they had been betrayed. Now it would be the final battleground. She's coming, Laika said, voice low, body tense. The Hollow Queen, Alex replied. Your sister? Laika didn't answer. Because the truth was heavier than words. 3 hours earlier, after destroying the bondbreaker device, Laika had grown quiet. Alex knew something was wrong. She finally told him everything. There was another before me, she said. My twin, Naira. She was stronger, smarter. She was chosen to lead the Moondark. But when the Hollow came, they took her, alive. Alex's eyes widened. You never told me you had a sister. She's not my sister anymore, Laika said, her voice breaking. She is something else now. Machine, monster, Hollow Queen. She's the one controlling them? Laika nodded slowly. She wants what I have, the bond, the blood, you. Now, the Hollow Queen descended alone. No army, no guards. She didn't need them. She walked across the rock with slow grace, her metal feet leaving scorched prints. Her hair was long and silver like Laika's, but her eyes were red. And her face was a mix of beauty and horror. Half of it was smooth skin, the other half polished metal. Little sister, she said softly. You brought your pet. Alex stepped forward. She's not the one who lost herself, you are. The Hollow Queen tilted her head. Bold words for a dying man. I'm not dying, he said. I'm evolving. The Queen smiled. That's exactly what I want. Evolution. Imagine it, like us together again. You and I, no limits, no humans. No pain, just control. I am not yours, Laika growled. The Queen's smile vanished. No, she said coldly, you're his now. She raised her hand. The sky cracked open. Dozens of hollow soldiers descended from the ship elite. Silent, deadly, Laika grabbed Alex's hand. We fight together, he nodded, always. Then the battle began, the final war. Laika moved like a storm, her claws flashing, her body glowing with the power of her ancestors. Every movement was poetry and violence. Alex fought beside her, no longer just human. His blood burned with moonfire, his reflexes were sharper, his claws were stronger. And in his mind, he could feel everything Laika felt. They weren't just bonded, they were merged. The hollow soldiers fell like leaves in the wind, but the Queen didn't move. She waited, watching. Calculating. Then, when most of her soldiers lay dead, she spoke. Enough. A signal pulsed from her hand. Suddenly, Laika screamed and dropped to her knees. Alex rushed to her. Her body convulsed. The queen stepped forward. Did you think our bond couldn't be touched? We were born together, sister. What lives in you came from me. Alex stood between them, eyes blazing. You want me? You'll have to kill me. I don't want to kill you, the queen said. I want to make you mine. She touched Alex's forehead. Suddenly, he was somewhere else, a world made of memory. He saw Earth. He saw like his childhood. He saw himself alone, angry, small. He saw a future, a dark future, where he stood beside the hollow queen, powerful, feared, and without choose me, she whispered in his mind. I will make you God, no more pain, no more death, just control. Alex shook. He could feel the temptation, but then he heard another voice. Soft, wild, real. Alex, it was even through the mind trap, her voice reached him. Come back to me. He opened his eyes. Tears streamed down his face. No, he stepped back from the queen. I already made my choice. Then he turned and ran toward Laika. The queen screamed. The crater shook, but it was too late. Alex grabbed Laika and pulled her close. Bond with me again, he said, fully. No walls, Laika's eyes widened, but I don't care. They kissed. And the world changed. Moonblood ascension. Their bond exploded into light. A wave of pure energy blasted from the crater. It struck the queen first. She screamed as her metal cracked, her red eyes burning away. Then it hit the hollow soldiers. They stopped moving one by one until only silence remained. Alex and Laika floated above the crater, surrounded by light. No longer human. No longer alien. Something new, a perfect union of both. When they landed, the crater was quiet. The queen's body was gone. Her ship turned to dust. 1 week later, Alex sat beside a small fire in the forest. The trees had started to glow again. Birds returned. Life returned. Laika joined him, sitting close. You never stopped choosing me, she said. He smiled. There was never anyone else. She looked at the twin moons overhead. They'll come again one day. Alex nodded. Let them. They weren't human and alien anymore. They were bonded, united, reborn. Our moon, our blood, our legend.